言いませんわ。いつまでもどうか健やかで、いつかまた会いましょう。
Our journey in I'm in love with the villainess. Hey, thank you. I mean, Jesus, right? It's been a wild freaking ride. Hit that like button. Do it for your boy. Do it for your boy. But we know that we started really high with I'm in love with the villainess. I mean, like, it had one of the best EP1s of the season, and it came out like freaking like Babe Ruth swanging, right? Like, it hit it out of the park, and I was like, wow, this is the show. Like, this is that like reverse MC, starring like, a female MC going after not the males, not the harem, not like going after another female, going after like some girl here, like, skirt chasing, hella funny. Like, it started so freaking good. Then it pivoted on episode 3, and it's been a bumpy ride since then. There's been elements of EP1 and EP2 kind of throughout the show, and they do rear their beautiful head every so often. But for the most part, I have to say that the show is very, very poorly written. And there's two things that I really believe with this show. Based on everything that you all have told me in the comments is, Dom, this is not a comedy. This is a serious show. And that is the first problem with the show, is that it's not really well written, and it doesn't do serious well. I will admit to you very openly here that two things. One, there was a moment that I thought was beautifully written in this episode. I'm going to get to that. Secondly, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Maybe you didn't catch it before. This is a show that I truly, deep down, right here, believe this is a much better read versus this adaptation. I can tell you that everybody who comes, grabs their shield, and grabs their sword to come and defend it is because it's really well written when reading the source material. But the adaptation is ass. And like, it's ass cheeks. And I gotta be real with you guys. I gotta let you know the experience that I'm having is not very good. And I think where that started from is, and I know a lot, again, I have to point to you guys because this is what we chat about in the comments, is, you said like, hey, you got it twisted because you thought this was a fun and funny show. And I was like, well, that's what it came out giving me. And just like everything else that you get, right? It's like, if I start a video game and let's say it's a 40-hour game and the first 8 hours is like action-packed and huge battles and just like fun, awesome gameplay, and then all of a sudden it swaps battle styles, or it swaps to just like a 1 hour just blah blah boringness, or I'm in a town or village now and I have to be stuck there for the next 3 to 4 hours talking to every NPC. Like, it just poo-poos on your experience. And that's what happened here with I'm in love with the villainess, is it poo-pooed my experience. And that ugly writing reared its head again in episode 7 and episode 8. Or, we're on episode 9. Episode 8 and episode 9, where it decided to change the maid into a going to point my knife in the neck of Claire, all of a sudden understand exactly where she's at the perfect moment, at the perfect time. And for no rhyme or reason, not going to talk about this at all. Not going to confide in my... she loves Claire, a parent, like, master for life. Not going to confide in Ray, who is very obvious and intentional with her actions. Not going to do any of that. Just going to point a knife to her neck and say, like... really poorly written, and she's gonna do it all for brother love, for incestual love, which, hey, we're not gonna sit here and judge. They love each other, but I think there was a better way, a multitude of better way, from her brother, who's a very intelligent man, very skilled, for her that is still of nobilistic descent, who is a maid of this specific person. I think they could have put their heads together and figured out a way that, hey, maybe our time to rub cheeks isn't now, but maybe in 3 years we put a plan together. I don't, I mean, just nasty bad writing to me, just really bad writing. And it just like went from story beat to story beat. And then all of a sudden, knife to the neck, explosions, random guy who suddenly showed up, monsters who got, the worst monster, like some random chimera thing. Like I thought it was gonna be like a ton of monsters. He does a little whistle and a monster comes. They defeat it easy peasy. The two, incestual broski sister keys over there, they get arrested. Like what the hell? Like what the hell happened? It was awful, 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 awful story. Now, here's the thing about the episode is I have to give credit and be honest and give credit where credit is due. I just shitted on the show and the episode. But I will say that at the end of the episode, or towards the end of the episode, when Claire is saying Claire and Ray is saying goodbye to her maid, and they're having that moment. I do think from the moment of them seeing them leave the kingdom or whatever, being exiled, to the end of the episode, I think they did that very, very well. And I'm not gonna sit here and say like there's always a little gold in trash. You know what I mean? There's always a little gold in the popcorn flick. You know what I mean? There's always at least one good moment. And this was the good moment. It was an emotional moment that got me teary-eyed. I can't sit here and just bullshit. Like I got teary-eyed during that moment. And I was like, I want more of these moments. And I know they've tried to do those moments, but they failed epically. But I was like, I want more of these moments in the show. And I'm probably not going to get many more, if any of them, considering we only have 3 episodes left. But I was like, I wish there was more of these moments if they were trying to be serious. Why so serious? If they were trying to be serious and trying to be like, like we're not a fun anime. We're serious. We're about a cause and preachy, like I wish there was more of these emotional moments because it really did grab me. And I thought it was a really cool moment. And then I finally felt like, the relationship between Ray and Claire is a very weird one. And Ray being serious and trying to preach to us, the viewers, about things. But Ray's sincerity, I actually felt for the first time, hugging Claire and telling her, like, it's okay. Like she's basically told her not so many words of like, you don't have to put a facade in front of me. Like, I will just hold you and you be emotional. You be the thing that you're so afraid of being in this moment for however long you want to be. And that I know brought them a lot closer. And I really did enjoy that moment. And I was like, man, I really wish this show, whoever directed that 5 minutes of the show, whoever, like, I give that guy, give that gal, give them the reign, give them the reins, give that girl the reins of the whole show, give that dude the reins of the whole show, whatever it is, whoever this person is that had a hand in that scene, let them have the rest of the show because they did awesome during that. And maybe it was a group of people, right? Like whatever it was, like give those folks, that person, the reins because like they nailed that portion of the show. The part where they're meeting the king too, I thought was pretty okay. I thought it was, a little silliness mixed in there. I thought that was an okay part too. The Prince Rain or whatever the hell his name is coming with his little haircut, coming to bat for them. I thought was a really cool moment too. So there was really good moments this episode. But the plot line behind it and how he got here just so. Anyways, mixed feelings on the show. You guys know I'm I'm on Mount Everest one moment, I'm on the ground the next. That's how this show has me. It's like in a moment, like I'm laughing my ass off, and the next second, I'm like rolling my eyes as far back as humanly possible. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys think about this show. Roll me through the coals for all of what I said. Agree with some, don't agree with others. Let me know in the comments. And for those who made it to this point, appreciate you guys. Honestly, one love. I'm going to read the comments. I'm going to know who only watched the first 1 to 4 minutes of this video. 0 seconds to 4 minutes. It's a funny thing that I always know, like, okay, I know you didn't watch my whole video because, like, the things you're pointing out, I said that later. Anyways, all right, my friends. I will see you guys later. Happy this is last week before December. I'll see you in December if I don't see you for another video. Be safe out there. Much love as always, fellow anime fans. Peace out, my friends.